Hey folks, Sylvius here. Alright, I am in Port Hope. This is, I forget exactly what it's called, but it's basically the main spot to task Carniphila, however they're pronounced. I know it's kind of hard to see my map and all. You have a couple of ways to get here. All of them sort of suck. The obvious one would be to walk from Port Hope. You want to go north, probably follow the coastline. You'll get to Banatois, whatever. Once you kind of get to that, it's straight across right here. It's this little brown chunk on the map. You don't have to go. You can kind of loop around. You're still going to fight some of the apes as you make this loop, or if you go north around the city. Another option is to... What is shooting me? There's apparently a Carniphila on me. There we go. Good to know. Yeah, your other option is to take the... I forgot when I move, it resets my map. Take the Anchorman Pass, which brings you out here, or the Terramite Pass, which brings you out right here. Head north, cross the little, like, fallen tree. You'll be near the Forbidden Lands, and then just go west. Your other options are, if you're a high enough rank in the Pawn Fur Society, you can take the boat to the Mountain Pass, which drops you off around here, which is just a little bit to the south of where the actual Mountain Pass is. That way you don't actually have to walk from Anchorman through the Mountain Pass and things like that. You can also take the little ferry guy straight here to this area right here, which is just Banatois, and then you drop out by this mountain and you just go over it. So anyway, you're here. The surface of this area, you might fight some apes. There's various Carniphila around, as you can see the one over here. Corncob. There's also quite a few other creatures, tigers, as you see. Tarantulas you'll run into, and other things like that. Generally, this is one of the more dangerous spots of the Tiquanda like surface area, just because, you know, you do have the apes. Sabangs can be sort of difficult for certain vocations at low levels because they run. Those are the apes that throw the stones, just so you know. Any Merklings, the magic-using apes, will be further into the city, so unless you cut directly through the city, you won't encounter them. Anyway, so here's the place. The first level here has Mutated Humans, which, to be honest, is kind of weird. Mutated Humans, however, drop amazing loot. Amazing gold, I should say. And the mutated flesh isn't a bad option either. Sells to Malunga, something like that, in Liberty Bay. She buys lots of things, though. Mutated Humans die pretty easily. They don't have tons of HP. They're also, like, I guess, I don't know if they're weak to physical or not, but they just die easy. They do, however, have that poison wave that you can't avoid by staying, like, completely diagonal to them in melee. So knights will get hit with that poison wave over and over again. Not that big of a deal, though. So yeah, here's this. This can be a little bit rough when you come back up, because coming in, you can kind of take them, but when you pop back up, they'll be all around you. Also, if you're fleeing from the Carniphila, it can be even worse. This ladder down can also be really rough. You see I already have 3 of them on me. 4 of them on me. So yeah, like I said, that can be really rough, and is a good spot for a low-level character to die. Knights do a little bit better here, just because they don't need to keep distance from the Carniphila. Other classes, though, will find it a little bit tough. Now, if you see on my map, basically we've got what's here is like a circular room with an area in the center of it, and then a whole bunch of side passages. The first side passage is this one, and is by far the most pointless one, because it's just filled with spit nettles that I can't kill with a single Divine Caldera. Awesome. That's annoying, to be honest. This is actually, Sylvius died here, just for the record, in the past. He was trying to loop past all the Carniphila and then got too close to this room, so all the spit nettles just bombarded me, which was sort of hilarious. To be fair, it was like level 35. But yeah, definitely do not underestimate this place. This place can be really tough. The Carniphila paralyze, have a moderately powerful ranged attack. For low levels, it's a very potent ranged attack. I mean, Like mammoths, if you let them hit you, this is like a tasking monster, okay? So like mammoths, if you let them hit you, will probably do more damage to the Carniphila's ranged attack. But mammoths are also slow and melee-only enemies. Carniphilas have a pretty potent ranged attack when it's for their level. Furthermore, they paralyze you heavily, which is going to, you know, drain your mana. Heavily paralyzed. They also have it's like a poison berserk attack, which does a decent amount of damage. They also poison you with that. And I think they poison you with just their regular melee. And they also have a just potent melee attack. So yeah, Carniphila are pretty tough. I'm actually gonna, once I kill these ones... Ooh, Dark Mushroom. Yeah, did I just take like... Yeah, see, that's what I'm talking about. They hit pretty hard. They're not a, like, ha ha ha, you can laugh at them enemy. I think actually, for the most part, Carniphila are probably the toughest of the first level task monsters. I'm pulling up on the wiki. Wiki says their estimated max damage is 330. They melee 0 to 100 and poison you 5 HP a turn. They paralyze heavy. They shoot stalagmite attacks, which deal 60 to 95. And they do a Terra Berserk, which does 40 to 130. So yeah, they're definitely rough. And the Terra Berserk is, you know, a spell, so it automatically hits you. So again, like I said, they're pretty rough. I just want to see here the other things that you can end up fighting at the first level. So the first level has badgers and crocs, tarantulas, Carniphila. Carniphila, I think, are the roughest. Stone golems and mammoths are both like semi-hard hitting. Mammoths a little bit harder than the golems, but the golems are a little bit more defensive. Also, the golems just in general suck because there's not a lot of spots for them. Got some. This room's full of those plants that you definitely don't want to step on. Those plants, however, will not damage the Carniphila, just so you know. I think, though, the Carniphila will still trigger them to go off. You can also see people usually throw things on top of them for no reason. At least on Olympa, this spot is botted furiously. Oh yeah, an auto walk will just casually take you right across them, by the way. Anyway, Gnarlhounds, Terramites, Apes, Thornback Tortoises, and Gargoyles. I'm not too sure about Gnarlhounds. I'm also not too sure about Thornback Tortoises, to be honest. I'm not sure how tough either of those things are. Terramites are basically like Cyclopses. And Gargoyles are basically just like Stone Golems. So I definitely think the Carniphila are the strongest. Now, in this room, there's no Carniphila. There is, however, 2 Haunted Treelings. Haunted Treelings give a little bit more, a significantly larger amount of EXP than the Carniphila, so you can conclude that they're a little bit stronger. I'm not sure exactly how profitable or anything they are. I've never let them hit me when I was hunting here in the past. You can easily just avoid that room. They're also deep in that room, so they won't pop out unless you get pretty close into it. So I wouldn't worry too much about them if you don't want to touch them. This room has a whole bunch of, you can't actually see them right now. There we go. Humongous funguses and hideous funguses, I think they are. As far as I know, there's no way humorless funguses, I believe, are the summons. There was a hideous fungus there. It's invisible. Anyway, you can't get to them, they can't get to you. Although they are, like, super scary when you first pop in there. And then there's going to be some swamplings in here. I go in here occasionally when I need to, like, go AFK for a minute, or if I need to, like, log out for some reason. Because if the swamplings respawn on me, first of all, I don't think they will respawn on you. Whereas I think the Carniphila might. But if you get a swampling on you, you'll die a lot slower than if you get a Carniphila on you while you're AFK. And you probably don't really want to go AFK here in the first place. I know you can sell the creature products from the swamplings. I'm just not bothering with it because I sort of don't care at the moment. I also know you can sell their weapons, but I forget where exactly you can sell their weapons. So, again, I don't really care. That's how we're rolling with it. On that note, just for the record, I do have, like, 2 announcements to make. For one, I don't know if everybody's heard this, but I did get a new job, and it's sucking up all of my time. I'm barely having enough time to play my games, and you know, like make the videos, let alone like formatting them and anything like that. Which is why I think in the last like 3 days I've put a grand total of like 2 or 3 videos up. I'm just like, I literally have no time. All right. Hey look, the Spitnails respawned. Joy. Ugh, I hate when they die on top of each other. Such a pain. I'm not gonna bother with the first ones. So yeah, it's just like sucking up all my time, and there's not a lot I can do about it right now. I mean, this video is going to be up, you know, like I said, probably not for like 3 or 4 days, because I just can't get around to formatting it and whatnot. Currently, it's almost 9 p.m. on Saturday, the 12th of September. Okay, so now we go down again. Before I go down, I just want to finish what I'm saying, alright? So, starting, tonight's my last night of work before I have 4 days off in a row, and then I'll be able to start putting some videos out and stuff like that. But yeah. Alright, so now we're going to pop down. Again, you've got a little brutal, you know, hop down the ladder, get a whole bunch of Carniphila on you. If you're a class that wants to run things, you might want to consider, like, how you're going to do that, because, if you run, you're just going to pull more of them. It's kind of like what I just did. I think I started with 4 of them, and then I ended up with 6. So yeah, you want to be a little careful. Again, people, don't underestimate these things. They are really brutal when they want to be. And again, because this is like a low-level tasking spot, it can be tough. Lag can also be a disaster for you if you have issues with lag. Alright, so anyway, now that I'm down here, I can kind of continue what I was saying. So, what I started doing was, I post my videos on my Patreon account. There's a link in the description of the video here. I post my videos on my Patreon account, minus the formatting. So, like, technically I'm posting them there before they go live on YouTube, is how it's basically working. So what that means is my annotations aren't there, my tags aren't there, I don't have a description written, pretty much, I mean, like, everything's not there. I don't tweet the videos at that point either when they go on the Patreon. So they're going on Patreon early so that people can get, like, access to them without waiting for the, you know, for me to get around to doing all the formatting, just because I definitely don't have the time to do all the formatting. So yeah, that's that. Thank you, Razor Synapse, for telling me that I have an update that you've been telling me about for the past, like, 4 days that I've been ignoring. I'm glad, though, that you made an annoying sound in the middle of my video. Yay! Yay for annoying sounds! You know, I would totally update it, but, I mean, I don't think the update's doing anything for me. And it also requires me to shut down my computer. And I hate shutting down my computer. You know, because, like, I'm currently using my computer. And if I'm sitting at my computer to get that alert about the update being ready, that means I'm using my computer for something. And while I'm using my computer, I don't want my computer to be off, because I can't use it very well when it's off. Bah! Oh, and it'll make my mouse and keyboard not responsive, which is my other favorite thing. Anyway, so on the topic of my Patreon account, we got Mutated Humans down here, by the way. Totally forgot about them. Also, this is slightly annoying, because you can see the upstairs spot, and it kind of gets in your way. Anyway, somebody first... Wow. Oh, that was a mutated human, not a Carniphila. I was like, wow, that Carniphila dropped a bunch. Somebody... I don't want to get poisoned if I can avoid it. There we go. Just die! Just die! Alright, a guy by the name of Stardrop, who watches my videos and occasionally comments on them and stuff like that, he donated to me, or pledged to me, I think Patreon calls it. So I now have my first official pledge on my Patreon account, which is just, like, mind-boggling to me. I'm super thankful and everything. What's this? Hold up. Right, when was that written? July 1st. I mean, that's kind of funny. So yeah, though, I'm super thankful for Stardrop. I told him I would give him a shout-out. He pledged $5. Patreon kind of, I don't want to get poisoned! And I'm lagging! Stop lagging! Patreon kind of lets you set up like rewards and stuff like that, so it's like Kickstarter, okay? Basically, you know, you pledge $1, you get this. You pledge $2, you get that, so on. Stardrop pledged $5, which should have gotten him. He could like join me in one of the games that I do, and I could have like drug him on a quest or something. I think I specifically wrote $5 gets you. You know what? Hold on. Let me kill the last guy up here, because there is a mad scientist. Whee! Mad scientists are weird enemies because they're like essentially mages, but they try to close to melee with you. Alright, hold on. Let me see what my Patreon says for my pledges. Is there a way for me to check? Alright. Pledge $1. I'll give you a personal shout out in any game you want. Pledge $2 or more. If you want, you can join in any of the MMO games I play and you can give yourself a shout out. And pledge 5 or more. Besides a shout out, I'll form a party with you or something similar, and then I'll drag you someplace you'll surely die at, and then we can watch you try to survive. So, Stardrop should have got that, but he told me it was cool and I didn't have to do that. So I'll just give him a verbal shout out here. Also, whoop, wasn't paying attention. I'm allowed to put, like, on my Patreon, goals. So, like, if I get X amount of money, I will do this thing. It's supposed to be like, you know, after I get like $100, I'll get a, you know, better webcam or a better microphone or something like that. I haven't really messed around with the whole thing because I don't want to make it seem like I'm asking people to pay me in that sense. So I haven't done that. Although Patreon made me put one there, I think. So I did have one originally, but I replaced it, and it's actually, this is like a funny story. So I replaced it with, it'll tell you, okay, sorry. It'll tell you what the amount is. So right now I'm asking for, $42,949,672.95 per month. And if I get that, I'll invest everything into some form of evil mastermind plot to block out the sun, bringing blessed coolness and a bug-free environment to the world. I also mentioned in parentheses, there's a possibility that everything, not just the bugs, will freeze, but so worth it. So yeah, if anybody remembers me complaining about how I was hot all the time, that's what I'm talking about. But yeah, the funny thing was, I figured I would need more money than that to like blot out the sun. So I actually said I wanted like $2 billion. And Patreon, I guess, couldn't display $2 billion or just automatically like shrunk it to that number. So yeah, Patreon won't let me ask for $2 billion, which I thought was interesting. Also, as I kind of go through here real quick and just kind of make one last circuit so you can see what we got here. In those early videos, I was always like, oh my god, I will complain about it being hot, but I will never complain about it being cold. I will probably never complain about it being cold, that's true. However, I do have a, like there's a loophole to that. Whereas cold weather, cold temperature, I can deal with. Snow I'll complain about. Like if there's a bunch of snow and I have to shovel it or something like that, I'll complain about that. And I will complain about having to do something in the cold. You know, like if it's freezing outside and I have to like repave a driveway, I will complain about that, but not so much the cold as just the fact that I need to repave a driveway. Anyway. I will, however, complain about the fact that our water heater broke, and for the past, like, 5 days, I've had to take ice-cold showers. Cold air is different, because I can always put a coat on, put gloves on, put warmer socks on, put a, you know, something on to help with the cold temperatures. I cannot put something on to deal with the cold water. That's not how that works. Cold water is cold water. And if I'm wearing, you know, like a winter outfit or something like that in the middle of my my shower, it's a very odd situation. So yeah, in addition to getting a new job and it taking up all of my time, I've also been taking ice showers for the past several days. So I'm ultra miserable these days. Ultra miserable. Part of the reason why I'm making this video, just because I didn't have, like, I couldn't do anything else, essentially. I don't have the time to do anything. It's incredibly obnoxious. I work 8 hours a day, at least at the moment. and then tack on like an hour of travel basically total. So that's 9 hours, and then tack on all the other things and like getting ready for work and whatnot. By the way, I'm not like asking this for sympathy or anything like that, because I know the rest of the world, works real jobs and does so and doesn't complain, but like it is killing my video game time. And then we include all the like formatting I need to do, and it's even worse. I will let these guys hit me and see what they do. Not a lot, apparently. That wasn't bad. I was pretty sure I read on the wiki that they mana drain, but I'm not too sure if that's true or not. I'm also going to skip the one with the swamplings, because they're sort of not worth my arrows. I was also hoping I would get lucky and get a carrot on a stick to drop, so I could try to tame a terror bird. Add it to my repertoire. On that note, too, I think this might be one of my first videos where I've been on my panda bear. Whee, it's a panda. It's a panda. I wish I could, like, kill them in one shot a little bit more effectively. I keep putting them to incredibly low HP sometimes. Yeah, it's like, I normally hit normal monsters for like, what, 500 sometimes and stuff like that, higher, and I'm having a hard time killing Carniphilas in one hit. Just kind of annoying. I don't know if they're resistant to physical or not, but still, it's kind of annoying. I suppose I could, in theory, check and see if they're resistant to physical. But that seems like work. Really? 15? Are you kidding me? I just hit him for 15. Ugh. Alright, let's actually see if Carniphila are resistant to physical or anything like that. I'm pretty sure they're weak against fire. Nope, they're normal to physical, they are weak to fire, 20% weak to fire, resistant to energy 10%, resistant to ice 35%, immune to earth. Oh god, oh god. Was in the wiki article right there. Didn't realize there was two of them standing next to me. That was kind of awesome though. That was kind of awesome. Alright, I think this is the last room. Because it looks like I probably pulled all the ones from that other room there. Yep, alright, so now we just go back up. Bam. So yeah, this was, I forget what this place is called. I wonder if the wiki will tell me. It should. Tiquanda Laboratory is what this place is called. I guess that makes sense. That's a pretty fitting name for this place. What with the mutated humans and the mad scientist. Yeah, so you just got a whole bunch of them on you right up here. Yeah, like, this whole place was pretty scary when I was, on level. Oh god, am I just... There we go. Ah, they poisoned me. Ugh. I swear, sometimes I just don't feel like I'm a level 110 Royal Paladin. I'm just hitting crap left and right. Get my mutated flesh, though. And I will, I guess, just kind of show the area around this place a little bit better, and then I'll go. Just for the record, on, like, this little mountain that you'll see when I pop up here. Yeah, this little mountain. There's a teleporter on this side. I'm pretty sure that's the teleporter that takes you to Tiquanda's Revenge. The, like, super Carniphila boss. The Carniphila boss for the, like, the killing in the name of is called, Deathbind. Really. I just can't kill anything. There we go. So yeah, I forget exactly what you have to do to get yourself to Tiquanda's Revenge, but like I said, I know he's significantly more powerful. And yeah, you have Sabangs around here. There'll also be like Congras, but Congras are pretty easy for everybody to deal with, even Knights. If you don't want to fight it as a Knight, just don't fight it as a Knight. Alright, folks, I'll leave you here. Like I said again, though, like, favorite, comment, subscribe. Check me out on Patreon, Twitter, and Facebook. Oh, snap, I'm tired. All my videos are going up on Patreon faster or sooner than they are on YouTube. So you can check them out there if you want. And I think there's probably a way for you to follow me on Patreon. Anyway, people, I gotta go.